Hi there, this is Martin Tennant, and in this video I'm going to share with you some of my ways for writing songs, as I am a songwriter myself. I've written quite a few songs now, and I've developed my own way of doing it and my own style. I'd like to pass on to anyone here watching who was trying to find a way to write songs and quite fancied doing that kind of thing. I quite fancy to show you some of my ways of doing it. But I should probably be clear before I get started, is that there's no one right way of doing it. All the best songwriters out there have got their own way of doing it, their own techniques, and it's the same for every songwriter that's out there. So you know, it's all about finding your own what's best for you, basically. So, but there's by any means you can. Basically, whatever good for you, just go for it. But there's nothing wrong with taking ideas from anyone else. This is the point of this video. So, without any further ado, let's just get started. So basically, when it comes down to writing songs, I tend to often start with the music. I mean, I know a lot of people out there prefer to write the lyrics first and then base some music around that, but I am a one for writing the music first. I think I just find it easier to play. Either come up with a melody in my head, as I often do, or come up with a chord progression and put that into a structure for a song. So to give you an example, one of the songs I wrote a wee while back it goes something like this. So it's basically around those 4 chords there. As you can tell, it's just 4 chords, but which is okay. You know, the song doesn't have to be complicated to be good. In fact, some of the best songs that I've written, especially pop songs, are based around 4 chords. So it's something to keep in mind when writing songs. If you want to make a big hit, try and make it simple. So with that chord progression, basically, once I've got the chord progression down, I would try and structure it. So basically, you know, typical like verse, chorus, verse, chorus, and then maybe a bridge and a chorus, or maybe you would play a solo instead, or maybe just keep it to the verse chorus. It's entirely up to you. It's up to, you know, when it comes to that, it's about your creative process. It's entirely what sounds good to you. But there's all those concepts you can use to write a song. But so once I've done that, I then try to come up with a melody over that chord progression, and it usually comes through just jamming the chord progression over and over, and then eventually a melody comes into play, and as I start singing it to myself. So the melody I came up with this one, for instance, sounded a bit like this. Dum 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 dum. First part of the verse, and then I came up with another bit that sounds different to that. It goes like this. Down, 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 down. You can notice the difference there, right? Is that the first part of the verse is more melodic, the second part is more rhythmic, which has a nice contrast to it. So it's always nice. It's always good to think about these things. You know, to have, if you're going to stick to a limited palette of chords, to try and alter the melody, which will add interest to the song instead of it being too monotonous. That's how I do it. And then after that, with that song, I came up with a chorus that still uses the same chords but has a bit more feeling into it. It goes like this. Dum 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 dum. Like that. So, and you may have noticed that there was a wee change at the end where I added a 5th chord, an F sharp major, but that's the only bit of changes. Most of the song is just those 4 chords throughout. There's only the one change at the end just to make it a wee bit different, but it's basically based around 4 chords, and it's quite effective. And believe me, it's better to stick to simple songwriting than making it too complicated. And you know, if you make it too complicated, it's just going to sound, people are not going to want to listen to it. Basically, you want to stick to a basic song structure and keep it as simple and melodic as possible. That's the way to do it for me. So as you can see, that's once I've got the music done, as I have there. Basically, I come up with the lyrics afterwards, and the lyrics can usually takes me a bit of time, but I write a lot of love songs, as so many songwriters do. I also write songs about war, about past experience, about life at college, as I am at college right now studying music, so I've written 3 songs about my time as a student and how it feels about being at college, and how basically my experiences through all those kind of things, and all these ideas can generate into the lyrical content of a song. And so I would tend to, basically, the way I do it, as you can see, this is my notebook for writing songs, and these are some of my lyric ideas. You can just, you don't have to see them, but that's just basically, as you can see, I've written a whole lot of lyric ideas. Some of them I've used, some of them I haven't used, and but the reason I do this, the reason I write it down, is so that if the idea just comes to me when I'm not, if I'm lying in bed or if I'm out and about, and the idea of a lyric just comes to me, I'll be able to write it down so that I won't forget it later, because I can't tell you how many times that I've thought up of something, didn't write it down, and then forgot about it. It's so annoying when that happens, because you just wish then you had written it down. So it's always worth writing down your ideas in case you forget it later. And admittedly, I don't always use the lyrics I write down, because most songwriters tend to do that. They go through a phase where they write a lot of stuff and they never use it, but even so, it's still worth doing it, so they don't forget what you're doing. And then basically, I would, as I said, I would write down the ideas, and then I would try and put stuff together and make it fit and matching together, and then put it into like a, for one of the songs that I'm written on, or one of the song structures I've got, and see if it works with it, and if it does, I keep it, and then I would, and that's technically a song. I'll just practice it a few times and maybe record it, and then there you are, we got a song. So that's really that's my songwriting process, and it's worked pretty well for me, and I'm sure it would if you did. It's organised, and I'm sure if any of you did the same, it would work for you as well. So I hope that was useful for you. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch up with you later. Bye.